Welcome back, YouTube. It's your host, Rich GNT, and we are here to talk about something that kind of flew under the radar for me, but I've been trying to get in as much politics in different states and a little bit different countries that's coming up next. I've been kind of finding and looking into certain things, and I have quite a bit that I want to discuss and talk to you guys about. So, first on this list, right, is former Boston City Councilor sentenced to prison for federal public corruption charges. Former City Councilor for Boston's District 7, Tania Fernandez Anderson, pocketed $7,000 cash from staff members' city-funded bonus. She was sentenced today in a federal court in Boston for public corruption charges after receiving a $7,000 kickback from a staff member's city-funded bonus. Fernandez Anderson pocketed cash from a staffer in a Boston City ballroom. Tania Fernandez Anderson, 46, of Boston, was sentenced by the U.S. District Court Judge Indira Tawani to 1 month in prison, to be followed by 3 years of supervised release. Fernandez Anderson was also ordered to pay $13,000 in restitution. In May 2025, Fernandez Anderson pleaded guilty to 1 count of wire fraud and 1 count of theft concerning a program receiving federal funds. Fernandez Anderson was indicted in December 2024. So the reason I want to talk about this, right, is because I've been noticing a big change in the political scheme, because now, I'm not going to say for the first time ever, but now more so than before, we see politicians and public officials being held accountable for their actions, especially when it comes to money and using taxpayer funds to fund the type of lifestyle that they want to. They're public officials. We vote them in. We essentially pay their salaries in a sense. So why is it that they can't be held under a microscope and then held accountable for the things that they're doing that's wrong? You know what I'm saying? I think this is a really good wave, and this is a really good thing that we need to embrace, because if we don't hold them accountable and they're using our money, who will? Boston City Councilor Tania Fernandez Anderson let the power she wielded go to her head and routinely put herself above constituents who trusted her to act on their behalf and for their benefit. Today's sentence holds her accountable for flagrantly embracing a culture of fraud and deceit and brazenly pocketing taxpayer money inside a city hall ballroom to feather her nest, said Ted E. Dox, special agent in charge of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Boston Division. Make no mistake, the FBI will continue to investigate and bring to justice unscrupulous public officials. We simply can't permit such corruption to go unchecked. The sentencing of Tania Fernandez Anderson demonstrates that no one's above the law, said Thomas DeMille, acting special agent in charge of the Internal Revenue Service Criminal Investigation, Boston Field Office. Fernandez Anderson used her position as a trusted elected official to steal from the city of Boston and the American taxpayers. IRS-CI is committed to identifying, investigating, and prosecuting all instances of public corruption, both in the Commonwealth and across New England. And they damn sure should. And you know what? I talked about this before on my channel. Public officials, especially when they're given a company card, or just in general, I think there should be some type of way that we audit their spending across, I don't know, every quarter, every year or so, because how often is this happening? And we need to remember as well, she's not the first one to do it. She's the first one to get caught. There's a culture within our elected officials where doing stuff like this, getting kickbacks and taking taxpayer money and using it for their own needs, is encouraged. Especially when it comes to kickbacks and insider trading. Congress. There's a lot of that going on, and this is a good step, because with this, one, we can make an example of people like her, and there's a few other politicians and public officials who are being made examples of, and then two, we can kind of find the discrepancies and the issues within our system and say, you know what, a lot of this is going on. We need to revise how we deal with finding the fraud, finding, the corruption, and seeing how far it goes. In or about 2022, Fernandez Anderson hired 2 members of her immediate family as salary employees of her city council staff, which was in violation of Massachusetts state conflict of interest law. Yeah, can't do that shit. As a result, Fernandez Anderson was required to terminate their salary employment in or about August 2022. In May 2023, the Massachusetts State Ethics Commission notified Fernandez Anderson that it would be seeking a $5,000 civil penalty payment from her as a result of this violation. In or about November 2022, Fernandez Anderson emailed a City of Boston employee regarding the hiring of staff member A relative of Fernandez Anderson who is not an immediate family member, as a salaried employee. In her email to the City of Boston employee, Fernandez Anderson falsely represented that she and staff member A were not related. From in or about early to mid 2023, Fernandez Anderson was facing personal financial difficulty, which included an outstanding $5,000 civil penalty payment to the Ethics Commission. In or about early May 2023, Fernandez Anderson told staff member A that she would give them extra pay in the form of a large bonus, but that staff member A would have to give a portion of the bonus back to Fernandez Anderson. What type of shit is this? Staff member A later agreed to the arrangement with Fernandez Anderson. On May 3rd, 2023, Fernandez Anderson emailed a City of Boston employee instructing them to process a $13,000 bonus for staff member A, more than twice the total bonuses given to her other staff, without disclosing the repayment arrangement. Staff member A deposited a check on May 26, 2023, and following Fernandez Anderson's instructions, made 3 separate cash withdrawals over the following weeks in the amounts of $3,000, $3,000, and $4,000. Following the last withdrawal on June 9, 2023, the two met in the bathroom at Boston City Hall, where staff member A handed Fernandez Anderson $7,000 in cash. Additionally, in 2022 and 2023, Fernandez Anderson used funds from her campaign account for her own personal enrichment and not for campaign-related expenses. For tax years 2021, 2022, and 2023, Fernandez Anderson also filed fraudulent federal income tax returns with the IRS. Let me tell you something right now. If you want to find a gang, a mafia, an organization that you don't want to fuck with, it's the IRS. You don't want to mess with their money. The government is really good at owing you money, but God forbid you owe them money. Best believe they'll take that shit back fast. Trust me. You don't want to mess with the IRS. Specifically, Fernandez Anderson omitted approximately $11,000 in income that she earned from a Massachusetts-based corporation from her 2021 tax return. Willfully omitted campaign funds that she used for her own personal enrichment from her 2022 and 2023 tax returns, and willfully omitted the $7,000 kickback that she received from staff member A from her 2023 tax return. From January 2022 to January 2025, Fernandez Anderson served as City Council for Boston's District 7, which includes Roxbury, Dorchester, Fenway, and part of Boston's South End. She was first elected to a 2-year term in November 2021 and won re-election in November 2023. On June 12, 2025, Fernandez Anderson tendered her resignation from Boston City Council, which took effect on July 4, 2025. U.S. Attorney Foley, FBI, SAC, Docs, and IRS Acting SAC DeMio made the announcement today. Assistant U.S. Attorneys John T. Mokit, I'm not pronouncing that, Dustin Chow of the Public Corruption and Special Prosecution Unit prosecuted the case. So I have a video that I'm going to play right after this, but this is what I'm talking about. She's been doing this for how long? And whether or not they will investigate her, because the FBI, CIA, all those organizations, those 3-letter organizations, they have a habit. They'll watch you. They'll watch you, and they know that you're up to something, but they just want to see and they want to build their case. So they probably was watching her the minute she started this, and that's the crazy part too. I'm not sure what her employment was before all this, but you got in 2021 for like a 2-year term. You won re-election in 2023. But you didn't even wait a full year. Like in 2022, it says it like right here and throughout the article, you was just on it. Like you couldn't even wait. I'm not justifying it, but you couldn't even wait a little bit. You couldn't like get your feet a little wet and then, sit back and see how things moving and then decide to embezzle and steal? No? I mean, it's good that you didn't do that you acted stupid with it because we found your ass out, but that's just crazy. So let's jump right into this video.
Well, first, thank you for so many people being here. My God, I'm not that important. And I hope that after this, you guys will stop talking about me because I'm actually an introvert and it hurts when you put me on the news. And for Boston Herald and all of the folks who've try to create stories, try to verify your facts. The reason why I don't talk to you is because you never report accurately on Black people. You're always causing some sort of trouble. And you know what? The responsibility really is not on Boston Herald or...
This is what I talk about. We have people that stand in front of the Black community as its leaders, its delegates, and they embarrass the fuck out of us by doing and acting like this. Because what are you talking about? What does your case have to do with Black people? And you pleaded guilty to it because you got caught dead to rights. What does that have to do with Black people? We need to do a thing in the Black community where we separate ourselves from people like this, right? Because they're going to do nothing but bring us down. Because I don't know what you not doing the right thing has to do with Black people. I don't know what you abusing your position of power has to do with Black people and reporting on Black people. And then you sit up here and say, yeah, please stop talking about me. You must not know that this is the 21st century. Everything's online forever and ever. People are going to talk about you. Case in point right here. And then this caused a question, the people of Boston, this is who you voted for to be your council member? Please don't tell me you did it just because she's a Black woman. Because if that's the case, then we need to have a serious talk.
ABC or Fox 25, the responsibility should be on the black community. We need to create black media so that we can actually be able to create a fair story and report accurately on black people. The emotions came from what I said, like, tell me, what's your name again? Miss Sacchetti, tell me the last time that you caused a sin, that you committed a sin and you did something wrong. And I took responsibility for every bit of it. I didn't make it.
Those people standing behind her that are probably supporting her should be ashamed of themselves. I would hang my head in shame, because what are you talking about? I love when people get caught doing something, they go, I took responsibility for it. I mean, either that or lie. Like, what, you're saying it like you're like a pat on the back. No, you got caught. There's nothing else you can do in that situation. You got caught. What do you mean you took responsibility for it? Yeah, who else is going to take responsibility for it? Like, it was you. You don't get brownie points for that. We got to go down this route. There's this weird sense of entitlement that a lot of black people have within the black community whenever they get called out for something. You know, and it's almost like they can't admit that they're wrong in a sense. What does any of what you're talking about have to do with black people? Oh, I get it. If we had a black media company, right, that talked about black people in the news, which I don't know why we're segregating ourselves because everyone's equal, they wouldn't have found out about how you're just using their money all willy-nilly to, you know, advance you and your family in ways that are unscrupulous. That's what you're saying.
Excuses. I didn't say I didn't do this part or that part. I took responsibility for all of it. But there is a moment in your life where you've had to admit to your wrongs, that you've had to do that. But what the media does is you guys really hurt families, you hurt people. You report on stories, you don't consider people's children, you don't care about where they are, you don't care that I'm a black woman, that I'm an immigrant, that I'm getting death threats. And I'm not a victim, I'm not saying any of that, and I took responsibility.
You're sitting here upset that people are talking about it and they're reporting on the news because you took the taxpayer money for your own gain and you're upset. No, we're going to put your ass on blast, make you an example so people can understand that when you're going to be a public servant, your duty to serve, not to enrich yourself. You're doing it out of a selfless act to make sure that you improve the community. That's it. That's the whole purpose of it. If you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to put yourself after everyone else within your community, don't go up to be a politician or a person that goes up in government. That's it. And I'm not saying this to harp on her and be like, she's the only one that does it. No, what I'm saying is that goes across the board for everyone, for all of them. That's what it takes. No one's saying that you can't make a mistake, but you stole from the people. And the only reason you're talking about it right now, because you got caught. You didn't go in a confessional and say, oh, forgive me, Father, I have sinned. That's not what you did.
I'm asking you to humanize black people, especially black women, especially black immigrants. And there's no like excuses here. It's just simply report accurately, be responsible. And to my black community, this is where we are in the state of things in Boston, a city where we have so much money. I wasn't what the prosecutor said. I wasn't trying to gain momentum or popularity. I actually don't like talking to you guys. I actually don't like being in.
Oh shit, I'm about to pass out. Oh gosh. I'm about to pass out. Oh wow. Wow. That's why they say don't represent yourself, man. I don't know if that's her lawyer. I saw Buddy Tapper right there. Hold up, let me go back.
I actually don't like being in the media. It's just too much.
I don't know if he's a lawyer or what. I don't know who he is, but he gave her that. Like, you can't make this shit up. Hold up. Let's dissect this. I don't know why she brought up how much money like Boston's making, and I guess she's trying to allude to the fact that I wasn't trying to steal the money. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to enrich myself. You were, or anything like that. Like, the city has so much money. Are you trying to say that by that logic you have the right to take it? Is that what you're going for? You know, I'm laughing, but this is sad and this is disturbing, and this is where we found ourselves in the black community, where people are so avoidant of accountability. They automatically throw their race, their gender to be like, oh, as a black woman, oh, this is how they see us in the black community. You stole. It's not like they pinned it on you. What are you talking about?
And so can you please, I'm asking you for the love of God, stop talking about me. Just let the story go. It happened. I took responsibility. I'm off now. My Uber's here. And thank you for the real ones who were
I don't know who he is, legal counsel or what, but man, he's like, yo, watch he saying this shit.
Are always fair and actually reported accurately. I thank you. I do have to go.
No comment.
Yo, bro was trying to pull her away. He said, let's go. We gotta go now. Oh man, that's crazy. Crazy. I don't know if she's hiding her face and maybe it's windy over there, allergies, I don't know, but crazy. Let's finish this out.
You had asked for
the public didn't get to hear your statements inside.
Can you?
Something that you want the public to hear about what you said
Can you respect? I'm trying to manage two. I'm trying to manage two groups. If you just give me a moment, it'll just be 30 seconds. I want you to respect what I just said. I would like for you to understand what I said. You hurt people, even when people take responsibility. Even when I say to you, I take full responsibility, the good, the bad, all of it. And you guys still try to report inaccurately on black communities, on black people. I'm not a victim. I'm not portraying to be a victim. I'm asking white media to report accurately on black people and black families and stop hurting people.
What is your response to getting prison time?
The response
To your sentence to getting prison time?
everything that happens is for a reason. Everything. Everything. Alhamdulillah. Everything. All praise due to God. Everything. Alhamdulillah. And that is the last thing I'll say. And don't follow me because then I might trip. I'm only 5 feet tall. Please let me walk away.
Ms. Anderson, we couldn't hear you in the courthouse that well.
If your goal was for no one to talk about you and leave you alone, you failed spectacularly. Because what the talk about no media training. That's crazy word. I was actually gonna skip this. 'Cause I was like, this happened like how many weeks ago? It's not really important. No one's gonna care. No, this shit is good. This shit is good because, wow. Let's get serious. This is what we need to do as people that elect people to represent us. That sounded kind of like redundant, but still, we need to really and truly vet who we want to represent us, and we need to pay attention and see, okay, am I voting for someone because this is someone that's actually going to make differences and do the right thing in this position? Or am I doing it because they look like me? Am I doing it because they're a woman? I don't know why we're at this point where we're just putting people in position of power because of their skin color, because of the fact they're a woman, when time and time again we're seeing that that's not good. That's not good. Oakland's in shambles. Chicago, I'm about to do a video on them right now. New York, Eric Adams, there's a plethora of others. And I'm not saying that to say that, you know, the white politicians, anything like that, or whoever have you are not effing up. No, they are. They suck. But it makes us look worse because the reason we get in is because people just want to vote for someone that looks like us, and then we turn a blind eye when they're terrible. And then they use us as like a little like shield to deflect from, you have to talk better about black media. You have to talk better about black people and black women. It's like, that has nothing to do with you right now. Nothing to do with you. But yeah, good for her. Good for her. Her ass needs to go to jail because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that one. Hilarious. Well, you guys already know the drill. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Comment down below. Tell me how you felt about this. And subscribe if you want to see more. Peace.